Okay. I know I've not streamed for quite a while. Why I've not streamed on FB for quite a while? Because the postgrad has been the postgrad program has been suspended because the Ministry of Health has not been sending any new students for the new intake for the DRPH program and for the for the SKM program, for the master's program. So we do not have any new intake. So since we do not have new intake, I no longer have classes on Tuesday and Thursday. So I've been running the classes only for the undergrad, so no classes for the postgrad. Okay, so why am I doing this right now? Because for the undergrad, they have been collecting data. There's about 8 labs, and the 8 labs has been collecting data. And the data that they collected, they are supposed to analyze and present to me 2 weeks from now. All right. So I've been showing them examples on how to analyze using chi-square, analyze using t-test, analyze using correlation, and also demonstrated to them on how to compute the marks. Okay, so this is another method of how to compute the marks, but this time we are going to use Winsteps. So we're going to use Winsteps. Why use Winsteps? Because Winsteps does not require you to combine the marks one by one. Instead, you can analyze directly, and they will generate 2 kinds of marks. One is the total based on the score as given by the respondents, and the other one is where they convert the ordinal data to become continuous data, so that when you run the analysis, that is correct. You're using t-test, correlation, so on and so forth. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate on Rush. Okay, let's share screen. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate the data using data from lab 1. Okay, so this data from lab 1, they collected responses among the medical students. They wanted to see whether there's any mental effect of the COVID on the medical students. So the factors they studied was the knowledge of the students about COVID-19. For that, they have 18 questions. And then they covered about the impact of event revision. There are 22 questions. That is using Likert scale 0 to 4. Then they use the personal stress scale. So for the personal stress scales, there are 10 questions, Likert 0 to 4. There are 4 questions that were negative. And I already converted the negative questions to become positive. All right. Okay, so let's look at the data set. So this is the data set as collected by the lab. Okay, this is lab 1. Okay, I'm not changing much. Okay, so you can see here there are, let's see how many cases we have. We have 132 cases. Okay, they are both males and females. Okay, we do not have data on the race, the group didn't collect them. They just have the data on age group, but the age group one we cannot use much. Whether they are rural or urban, years in university, whether they are full-time, part-time. In this case, maybe they can use only for the gender and urban rural. For the education field, everyone was from the medical field. And for the full-time, there's only 2 students who are doing the part-time. Okay, so you cannot use this data set. For the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to use for PSS. I'm going to use for PSS. So we have the PSS here, PSS 1 until PSS 10. As you can see, there are 4 questions that are negative. Question 4, question 5, question 7, and question 8. This question 4, 5, 7, and 8, I already converted it to become positive questions. These are the positive questions. Okay, and then you can categorize them accordingly. So let's run the analysis for these purposes. So first, we are going to import the data into Winsteps. Okay, Excel. So we're going to collect the data from SPSS, select SPSS file. So as you can see, I'm going to open up the data set from this folder, MS2. MS2 is Medicine Society 2. This is group 1. There's supposed to be 8 group, but 2 labs that submit the data, group 3 and group 7. So you can see this is the data set. Okay. Okay. So as mentioned just now, we are going to select the data for the ID. Okay. ID, this one is the identifying, so person label variable. So I'm going to also select for gender. This one just for fun, This one just so that you can demonstrate whether there's a difference in terms of stress in boys and girls. Okay, the rest are not of any use. Okay, let's go and collect for the PSS. So we have the PSS 1, 2, and 3. 4 we cannot take. Why we cannot take? Because 4 is negative. So I'm going to hold and drag. So hold and drag until this one. So 1, 2, 3. So let's take number 4 and 5. So this is 4 and 5. Okay. So going up all the way. 4 and 5. Then we have 6. So 6. Whether my students year 2 can do this or not is another story. But I just thought, since I have the data, might as well I just demonstrate. So this 7, 8. Okay. The mic, the light for the mic is on, blinking, so it should be okay. So 7, 8. Then you have 9 and 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have the ID and the gender. So now we're going to construct the Winstep file. Then they ask me what file I'm using. So I'm going to put lab 1. Lab 1. The file name is PSS. So I'm going to click save. So the file has been created. So this is the lab 1 PSS. Okay, so you can see here what is the code 01234. It matches data. Okay, I'm just going to add another line. So this one line equals to 300. Line equals to 300. Why? Basically, if you want it to be as wide as possible so that they can demonstrate whatever you need to demonstrate. Okay, so save as, but I'm not sure where it is saved or it's under raw data. Okay. Okay, so we already saved data. Okay, let's close it. Okay, so now after you already created that, you want to import the data into this folder, sorry, into this program. Okay, I'm going to okay. Let's get rid of this first. Okay. Okay, so this is the PSS. Okay, where did we save the data? We save data inside the folder MS2. So I'm going to open the folder MS2. So you can see there, I've been playing around with the data set. Okay, so let's take the PSS. So this data set, and we'll drop it here. Okay, tak boleh drop dekat sini. So I'm going to do it special way. I'm going to drop it on the Winsteps. So take this one, drop it on the Winsteps. All right, so now we are okay. So they already triggered the file. Press enter twice. Okay, looking at the data set, our infeed is okay. The mean square is 1. The ZCD is close to 0. Okay, so we are okay. So the person mean is okay. The item mean is fantastic. Okay. This one, as long as the value is close to 1 and this one is close to 0, we are okay. Same thing applies for this one. For the item, it is for the mean square is close to 1. For the ZSD is close to 0, so we are okay. So in terms of analysis, this is okay. So we are trying to generate the score instead of doing what I did earlier, 1 plus 1 plus 1, whatever, until the end. We can generate from here under tables. So output file, okay, person file, okay. So you ask a person file, they will generate the score by the person. Okay, what do I want? I want to generate an Excel file. Okay, let's make it permanent. Okay, I want to have column heading text, Excel. Okay, once done, click on OK. Okay, I'm going to put the name PSS Lab 1. Okay, then the Excel file will be triggered. Right now I got 3 screens. I do not know where it is going to be triggered. I got a feeling it's going to be triggered underneath somewhere else. Haha, I don't know where it is. Okay, allow me to find the Excel file. Sini tak ada. Okay, there it is. Okay, so you can see here, this is the Excel file. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, all the way to whatever. And it is matching the person's ID. So this is the ID. As you can see, then you have the 1 and 0, 1 and 1. This one is for the gender. So the one here is female, then 0 here is male. Okay. Why did I quote female as 1? The class demanded it. The class mostly female, so the female wanted them to be coded as 1. Okay. So that's the name. Okay. So okay. So that we are okay now. So we already generated the marks. So you can see here, this is the marks. This is the same marks like if we generate using Excel, using SPSS. So I'm not sure they can see this side by side. Not let's try to put it side by side. Remember, it is arranged 1, 2, 3. So they will have. So let's do SPSS. Okay, my SPSS is missing. Okay, there it is. So the marks generated between SPSS and this one. Okay, so you can see here is 20, here is 20. Okay, so what's the difference? The difference is the next column here. Okay, this one is the ability measure. So this is the ability measure of the person. So person 1, the ability measure is logic 0. Person 2 is minus 0.43. Sorry, minus 0.43. So forth. So this is arranged by in terms of order of ability of the respondents. Okay. So this one, if I copy and paste into Excel, sorry, into SPSS. So this is in fact is my so-called continuous data for PSS. So let's say I just copy this. Okay. Let's make this in bigger. Insert variable. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. Paste. So you can see here. So this is the title for that is the. This is PSS. Cannot use. Okay. PSS underscore ability. Okay. Okay. So this is how we generate the score. In fact, this and this is about similar, but this one is the logic. Okay, the logic, the log odds of this value. So you end up with this kind of value. All right. So let's see what else we can do with Rush. Okay, the other favorite, I know there's the usual thing that you're supposed to check for variability but I'm not going to do it now. I'm just going to look at the fun side of the Rush thingy. Okay. So the other thing I like to use Rush for is to generate the right table. So I'm going to generate the right table. This is the reason why I put the whole thing to become 300. Okay. So we're going to have disable the word wrap, format word wrap off. Okay. So you can see here in terms of questions, the questions easy for people to answer for is PSS3. The questions that people find hard to give the marks for is PSS4 and PSS7. Okay. If you look carefully, this is the negative question. 4, 5, 7, and 8. These are the difficult questions for them to give high marks. Okay. In terms of the person with the highest stress level, is our number 16 is a female, 17 is female, 26 male. These are the person who are the most highly stressed, who are at the going to go psycho anytime soon. For respondent 120, the next level 36. Okay. So guy, sorry, girl 98 is a guy. Okay, so you can see in terms of distribution, which questions do you find it easy to give the number 4? This is the question easy. This one is a question very hard to give the number 4. easier to give 0 or 1. Okay, so that is the right table. Is there a difference in boys and girls? Okay, let's run the analysis. Okay, I'm going to say this one. Okay, right. Okay, so if that is whether there's a difference in boys and girls, so we're going to do table 30 item. Okay, let's see whether we can pull the sex there. Okay, is there a difference in terms of stress in boys and girls? Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Again, you can click graph, you can click scatter plot. To me, that's not really matter. Okay. Okay, so boys and girls. This is 0. This is for the boys. This 1. This is for the girls. Okay. Okay, let's go and look for the. Okay. So this one is they're going by the questions. Okay. So boys and girls for question number 1. Okay, you can see there are very few boys, 25, 107 girls. In terms of the score, not much difference, 2.29, 2.31. Okay. So difference very small. Okay. Okay, I cannot seem to find the t-test results. Mana t-test? Okay, here it is. So you can see that this one shows which one is significant and which one is not significant. So PSS1 got different boys or girls? Nope, not different. The t-value is quite small. Okay. So you can see that the difference is not that much. 2.31, 2.32, 2.28, 2.33, 2.6, 2.56. So the t-tests are not that significant except for question 8. Question 8. 1.92, 2.17. Okay, so this is the largest possible difference, 1.11. But even then, the p-value, the p-value is still not significant. All right. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, and so this is how we can do it, how we can use the rush table to help generate the ability score. You can also check each item whether they are okay or not. Okay, with that, thank you very much. I'm going to stop now.